11 a.m. Check out, might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but
fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks. We strap it up and we get better each week.
Ready up!
Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might win it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
Right. Let's go! 18 Gator. We good. 32. Right up! Ready? Right. Hook. Down. 60 out. Let go.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible.
Gentlemen, achieving our goals starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know that I'm on the goal. If you want to we gotta raise our game. Today just wasn't good enough. So next practice, we have to do much better.
The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in the prison, and claiming his innocence. Probably, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any come and see, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best to soak in it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions.
Hey man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You taking the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back in your place. More steps ahead. Gotta keep it up.
Pull up in the top is missing. The opposition in. All that lane switching. This is what the game is. The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. Incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
We good. 32. Right up. Here we go. 15 left. Hook. Let's go. Let's go.
It's time to pick it up. Let's go for gold.
Hey, you know what, man? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary? It gets me even more excited. We're only scratching the surface of our potential. So much more. So let's keep pushing. We're gonna get to that next round.
You have got one more opportunity. Let's go for gold.
Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on second down, Vickers. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back to throw. Vickers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, 28 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach. Only 7 starts, but now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities this season.
How you going talking me like that?
5 through the air and 4 on the ground. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking downfield for Godwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one good for 33 in the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running even though they finish things off through the air. Gotta like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver off, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you
and following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Vickers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go again. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fitzpatrick. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike, and that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Gearing up to go again here on offense, Andre Ellington works his way back out there. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
That one good for 26 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run here with Barber. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Rashad Jones. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
Now Drake. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete to Stills. He's at the 50, 30, and he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Now a draw play with Drake, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Now Fitzpatrick. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 3 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Well, the jet sweep, this is Godwin, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. To throw on 2nd down. Vickers airing this one out for Evans. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 60 yards, and the Bucs have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they...
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 31, Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen to Drake. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. He completes it to Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? It's going to be a fly on the ball for this one, though.
Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll make it third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now Winston finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Jameis to throw it. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate 67 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 7, Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Now Balaj. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, it's Balaj. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Rosen to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Rosen, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Dayon Buchanan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's got it with the 15. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And this is incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll throw again. Winston. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, One of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Bruce Arians takes it. Come up empty, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bo Allen. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now Ellington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cameron Brate ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. To throw is Winston. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards that time. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And now it's Rosen looking. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Grant. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Caught by Wilson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on second down. Throws him. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
Come on, fellas.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set.
You're good.
Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock. Turn it up, we giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? Fool? Close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like feet. About running the spot, and you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate.